Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Black Mental Congregation. We're going to be doing a collective series talking about things that are mentally disturbing, bothering the men's psyche, well-being, and their evaluated resources. Join me today, as always, Man of Tomorrow. Pass it over to him, and thank you. If you come into the chat, please like the video, share the video, and stay tuned. Man of Tomorrow, pass it over to you, brother.
All right. Um, y'all really have to understand one thing that everybody has the same amount of time here to make a sort of difference in their life, and it's never too late to stop trying to make a difference at all. But for today's particular topic, we need to talk about something that's very clear and obvious to everybody here. The title is Did They Do That? All these people who are all these great black collectivists, the people who was up back in the day, the people while you was building, who got their stuff through ill-gotten means. Now that they want you to come back and rebuild their community, you have to ask yourself, did they do that? At the height of their power that they had in their life, did they do that for you? Did they do that? And let me tell you why they didn't do that. Because it was very important for those people to have as much fun as possible. Because a part of their plan was to have you rebuild for them. And now that you have done everything that you were supposed to do, now they're coming around with their hands out. And you have to realize something that it was part of their plan to shame you in a mass circle to try to get you to do things that they would never do. But you also have to understand that all you have to do to see whether their ideas are genuine, all you have to do is just simply tell them no. Because once you simply tell them no, that's when the real person comes out. That's when the real intention comes out. This is where the real actual respect for you, which they don't have, comes out. All you got to do is tell them no. And once you tell them no, you're going to see this hair trigger rage come out of nowhere. All these things that they're saying, that they're going to say about you, this is what they always have felt about you. And you just got to be able to understand that these people are never going to be able to respect the person who's actually made it out of that situation and taking things seriously. There's a lot of movements going around, lots of movements trying to help people become things that they never were in their entire life. And now that they need something, they want to start exhibiting traits and abilities that they never had before, hoping that they can net a guy like you. But you have to ask yourself, did they do that? Did they really do that with when they were 18 or 19 years old? They had money, they did everything that they wanted to, and now that they're 30 something and now they really need your help right now. But you have to turn the clock back. When you was in school, when you was doing the right thing, when you missed out on years of sitcoms and all that stuff because you was focused on the right things in school. And now that these people, they need your help without any complaints. But you have to ask yourself, how come they didn't do the things that they expect you to do right now? And you have to understand that these people, these black collectivists, because they're collectivists now, because the black collectivists, they always have nothing to offer. They always want to be a part of the team. They always want to give their all when they ain't got jack shit to give. Like, what kind of teammate is that? What kind of what kind of person is that who wants to be on your team at the height of when they don't have something to offer? All they have to offer is their presence and their appetite. This these are the paper plates, spoon, forks, napkins, and water bringers to your barbecue. Not the real food, all the stuff that can be done easily by anybody. You really have to understand that these people are going to be able to come at you in groups, asking the same question. Because if it was a valid question, it would be able to stand on its own. Things that are valid doesn't need to be shamed into your head or into your heart, which is what they would try to do. You really have to understand that this is your time to have peace. It is not your job to be the next Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. It's not your job. If you go into any upper middle class neighborhood, there's not a single person who lives in that community who brought their whole family with them. Not a single person. All those people there, they know nothing about each other, and everybody stays to themselves within the same community. So if you that's the way you have to look at your place in this. Because if they would have did the right thing with their power, they would be where you be at right now. Problem is that man, they're if you give them what they want, they still won't respect you. And the amount of disrespect that they are going to have for you, it's going to be quite hidden until you tell them no. And then that's when the vitriol comes out. So I just want y'all brothers to understand that what you're doing right now, it's the right thing that you should be doing. You should be building that path. You should be reading that next book. You should be doing all that kind of stuff. Because once you're going to be building up to your power, you ain't going to lose it as fast as those losers who lost it from yesteryear. Because if it comes fast, it's going to leave fast. But I just want y'all to understand that the, the people who come with the collectivist mindset who always complain about, oh, if only they spent their money in the community, yeah, you would still destroy that shit too. The past is a very good representation of what the future is going to be. So if you didn't take care of the shit you already got, why would somebody go over there and spend tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars for you to go wreck and destroy more stuff? Now, what I'm not saying is that you shouldn't, try to help some kids if they're decent, you know, have processes and programs for them. So that way they can come and work for your company because you know their lineage and the struggles that they've been through. But you need to keep a wild eye on people who want to come into your circle. The leaders of yesteryear. You need to keep a real good eye on those people because not only do they want to see you fail, but they're going to be able to sabotage your success whenever you do let them anywhere near you because they're not your teammates. If the only thing they know is destruction, then that's what they're good at, destroying things. So I just want y'all to clearly understand that a person's track record matters. If a person don't want to be held to their track record, then there's something really wrong with that person. There's nothing wrong with you. You got the opportunities to give. And your job, once you are able to give opportunities, is to get the most amount of success out of who you're hiring. Not just hiring people because they're black or because they're a family member or because. Because when it all goes wrong, and it will, the excuse is going to be, why you do him like that? He yo XYZ family, cousin, brother, blah, blah, blah. Don't even get involved in that kind of stuff. So I'll hand it over to you, Joe.
Okay. Like I said, what the Godfather and the Black Men's Congregation told y'all was 100% validation and facts. I'm giving it to y'all. Like I said, this is going to be a series that we're going to do, that he is writing up. And I'm going to give my take from that of the younger black male as he gave it from the older one. Because there's a reason why you're now starting to see more younger black men are starting to distance themselves and leave the black community. It's because they're like, I am busting my behind. I've seen the older men who have stayed behind and wither up, dry out, and die with all their resources, trying to fix a kingdom that is burning to the ground. And y'all can say, well, that's not true. Then if that's the case, then there will be no need for us to be here on YouTube. No other community is telling their children that you have to come back and make sure you put your resources into the community so that way it can grow. You don't hear the white man saying that. You definitely don't hear the Asian. You don't see the Arab saying, listen, make sure you get, no, you don't hear other people saying, make sure you come back and put in. You see, whenever you hear these collectives say, we built Rosewood, we built Tulsa, we were forced. Those who knew what to do, those who actually worked, those who were blue collar, white collar, those who were tradesmen, we were forced to work with those who did not want to work. I want y'all to understand the narrative, because this is the narrative that keeps on being pushed out towards us as black men. You're constantly telling MOTs to listen, you're making money, brother, and it would be nice if you put it in. No! Why ain't you going out, risking your life and neck, and putting in the same work that I put in? Put in that extra goddamn second shift. Don't tell me to absolve the woman that never respected me when I was in the community. But see, that's a collective mind state. They'll tell you to keep on picking up a used car that everybody's done drove through. Like somehow that validates your existence for you to use the hand-me-downs. I know what it's like to use hand-me-downs. But the thing about it, when somebody uses the hand-me-down, they have to take care of it. They have to make sure that it works and it's functional. When your brother handed you a good pair of jeans that he wore, they had to have some type of work usage. But see, we got to ask yourself now, is the black community even usable right now? Where were these people putting in the work? I agree with one brother said. He said, listen, Dr. King, after he did his work, he said, oh my goodness, I walked my people into a burning building. But he understood that, listen, niggas don't want to work. Niggas didn't want to be socially adequate. They see the thing about it now is that people understand that your black behind needs to compete. You know it, I know it, MOT knows it. You got to compete. Now, the thing about it is, those who don't want to compete think that you need to go out and make the gold medals and bring home the checks to them. Let alone they know that you train, you put in the work. Their talking points are, listen, that's not the right thing. You should get married to a woman and give your all into her. But then you got to ask yourself, why? Why do I need to give my stuff away to other people that are undeserving? Why do I need to bend towards a machine that never served me not one time? I got a lawnmower that don't got no blades to cut down the grass. I had to go out there and take a pair of scissors and an E-tool and cut down the grass on my hands and knees. But I'm supposed to let y'all enjoy my backyard? But see, when you speak like this, you go against the machine. You go against logic. I never heard not one time a white person say, let's go back to the trailer park and clean it up. You won't get them to say that. But these talking points that I'm hearing as black men telling other black men, come back to the hood and fix up Ray Ray and Pookie's mess. Go back to the hood and go stop that woman from laying on her back. Even though she don't have the resources to do what she need to do and close her legs. Birth control is free, damn it. They got more jobs out there for women than they do for you as men trying to get yourself together. Majority of the men in the congregation were put into the system by their mother, who collectively used you by her means. You don't have to follow by what society tells you that you need to fall on your knees and do. I see a lot of men on their knees saying that they want social equality. I'm going to tell you right now as a man, nobody has to give that to you. It has to be earned. Nobody has to pity you, man. You have to earn your respect. I could care less if somebody want to come back to you apologetically and apologize for racism and oppression. Your job needs to be, listen, I'm here to work. I'm here to get my money and go. I'm not trying to appease you. I'm not trying to kiss your ass. Y'all keep on trying to scratch for the crumbs in this community if you want. I know a lot of people ain't gonna like it when we say that. See, that's why some of y'all don't know, wonder like, why is it that black men who got resources aren't trying to go back? Why are black men traveling around the world? Why are black men doing their own thing? Why aren't they trying to take the whole community on their back? That's not my job. I'm not that boy that mama told when she wanted to go out at the club anymore that, hey, take care of your brothers and sisters. That wasn't your job. This ain't your job to try to be man of a house that you don't even have your name on the lease. Thank you, brothers who are coming into the chat. Thank y'all for your input. I know y'all got a lot written down that y'all want me to go over. I can't do it all. But I see y'all. I understand. I understand when I look in the black man's frustrated eyes, and he sees that, listen, if I can get it together, why can't you? Why do I have to take what I worked hard for and give it to you if you're not going to do the same? You see, I don't agree when the brother, he's already messed up and jacked up his life, but he's telling me to take my good car parts out of my car and put it into his broken up car. You'll tell a man like MOT that because he's worked hard throughout most of his life, that he's supposed to take a woman who has not done nothing else with herself, but lay on her back and lay with the most grotesque men. You change my word. I'm trying to be a little bit political. You're not going to tell the thought process that we're pushing onto young boys that you'll never get out of this hood, that this is it. This is as good as it gets. When y'all have those talking points, I'm going to tell you as men, when you hear black men pushing oppressive talking points and views onto you, shut down the conversation.
Roll out.
Yeah, right, exactly. We see it every time. Once they start saying, I'm oppressed, woe is me, you're stuck, you know what, it's a part of a system, we can't do this. Once they start saying all that stuff, you just need to shut down the conversations. Don't argue. Do not try to stay in front of them. Do not try to get on the panel. Do not try to make them understand you. Just stop. You understand? Some people want to stay on that mental slavitude plantation. They're not willing to run barefoot to freedom. Y'all can't take everybody with you, man. Me and MOT had to do a story about a black officer in the military, veteran. He got shot by the police. But you know what some other black people will do? They will turn a blind eye and won't say a doggone thing about that. So long as we stay in a crippled mind state and say, hey, there's no problem. We got other black men that are saying that I have to be willing to work with a black woman who constantly gets on the air and shames me. Well, she's just frustrated that black men aren't getting their thing. Shut down the conversation. Quit talking. When I see y'all brothers bring up these type of talking points and views, I don't bring you in my congregation. I don't deal with y'all. MOT does not try to entertain y'all anymore. We do not. Me and him, literally, we had to go over and talk to a woman about, listen, you're not going to tell a man how to spend his money on prostitution or anything. If he works hard and he wants to play that game, let him play the game. It's his money. All the men in the chat agreed because they understand how the rules and the laws of man work. But y'all, when y'all bring on these talking points that you can't get out, that you're stuck, I can't grab you by the hand and pull you there. You can't tell MOT that he has to give you a job. I can put the hammer and nails in your hand, but you got to still come to work. And if I got to put it in your hand and you're not willing to pick up the hammer on your own, we got a problem. But you never wanted to do the work. You just came to reap off of the benefits and get the check. There's a reason why they say the white man's ice is colder and nicer, because you have to pay for it. Now you got black men now showing up. Shout out to all the men in the congregation that are showing up and working. They are making you pay for their ice and their time. You need to make women pay you for your time. Why am I entertaining you, woman? What do you have that I need? Because honestly, once you're self-made and you do everything in your household, what honestly can a woman give you? But satisfaction and just talking. If you can cook, clean, make your own money, you got your own place, your own vehicles, there ain't much a woman can really tell you about yourself. So when I hear y'all talk about these talking points that a woman makes a man great, my brain shuts off to y'all. MOT, why is it that we're being told by these people who throw their lives away? Why are we being told by these women who saying that I can make a man better or great again? Why do these men keep going back into the burning building?
Because somehow they feel obligated. I don't feel obligated. It's just at this point in time, you have to realize, man, that the way the Asians roll the way they roll is just that they didn't come out here all wildfire and mess up their numbers like that. They didn't. Most guys who are Asian who ain't shit, they don't have a bunch of kids. And they don't get access to women. Period. They don't. Like any of my Jewish friends, hey, listen, if that dude ain't about shit, if he ain't going to school to be an attorney, man, dude, ain't nobody trying to touch that dude. But it's kind of a circle because you would think that this person wouldn't be getting any type of access. And then once you bring up that portion, they try to swing it around on you like, well, man, well, you must not be getting none. I'm like, dude, listen, man, I don't want any of that. Anything that you think is good, positive, or anything, that ain't no shit I want some of. Because that shit has a track record. But I'm not supposed to pay attention to the track record. I don't know, man. But, I had this older guy telling me about all the shit that he did in his life. And I'm like, man, what did you do at the height of your power? Man, I was just trying to have as much fun as I can and all that shit. I'm like, thanks for telling me that. Now it's my turn to have all the fun that I can. And now it's time for me to not be worried about any of that bullshit from before. And we're not talking about everybody, man. We're talking about some 13%. But these 13% are some of the loudest people everywhere. Some of the most destructive people everywhere. Every time you look around, this is what's representing us out here. These are people who I'm talking about. That veteran who died in Alabama, but free Meek Mill and all that type of bullshit gets the damn airwaves.
Preach. You don't see no marching for that guy. You ain't gonna see no marching for that brother.
Oh.
Free Meek Mill, free Tekashi 6ix9ine, but ain't not one. Hands up, don't shoot. You'll see for all the dudes who haven't done a doggone thing for the community. But let there be a positive black man. I didn't see hardly any black men really trying to cover that story about the police officer who went in that black man's house and shot him dead. Very few. And I can tell you right now, the main people who are pushing it was me and MOT. Some of y'all Negroes know how to keep y'all head down and stare at the floor. But you want other black men to help to hold your head up. You don't want to get on the field and get knocked around while we're playing football. But yet you want the championship ring when some of us actually put in the work to get to the championship. This is why I tell a lot of black men, go, leave. If you see a young man and he's trying to do something, tell him, listen, brother, I see what you're doing. Let me tell you how you could take that energy and push it in a further direction. Go into RTC. Keep your nose on them books. Go into wood shop. Pick up a skill. I was happy. There's a young boy going around the neighborhood raking leaves. People riding by. Mind you, this boy's only 11 years old. People riding by clowning him, making fun of his shoes, making fun of his shirt as he's dirty. He's not clean. I paid him $20. You know how much he's raking yard for? A whole yard? $10. No matter how big the yard was, he was raking it at $10. But it was funny. It was jacked up. Black people were shaming this young boy. He said, Mr. Johnson, I just want to make some money. I said, Darius, you rake this yard. I saw her it hurt where people were riding by calling this 11-year-old boy punk, dingy, dust baby. I'm not gonna lie, part of me wanted to grab a brick off of my wall, off of my front yard and throw it through some of these people's windows. But he kept on raking. That is the personification of us as black men that are not following the collective. I said, son, but I look at him like a son. I said, if you keep working hard, you won't always hear those people anymore. After a while, you'll grow callous to what they say and their talking points about you. They can't inflict no harm on you because they can't afford to drive through the spots where you live in. They can't judge you about what type of woman you want to take under your womb. They can't. This is not, you got to understand, brothers, this is not a walk for the weak. Not this type of topics that me and MOT are going to be going by. He's going to be writing the content. I got his back 120%. There's a reason why David Carroll said, listen, politics ain't going to fix the black community anymore. We way far past that. It's a genetic thing now. The only way you can fix this genetically, don't reproduce with them at all. At all. I don't care what this girl got, how much money she got. Once you start hearing their talking points, don't even give them no type of mind. Don't reproduce with them. Treat them like Candyman. Treat them like Freddy Krueger. Treat them like the Jeepers Creepers. You just don't believe in them no more. You just stop listening to them. After a while, Freddy couldn't hurt the kids. Listen, the way how they got rid of the It clown, they all had sex. They said, I dropped that innocent stuff. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I will take my own life in my own hands. Keep on, brothers. Keep on trying to reform and rehabilitate this black collective mentality and watch you burn asunder. And watch you pour gasoline of that failed thinking process and watch them light you on fire and dance. And they'll watch you dance and set yourself on fire. And they won't care. MOT, that's all I got to say, brother.
Yeah, that's it, man. Y'all go out there and enjoy y'all week, man, and take this stuff to heart. I'm sorry, just as a collective, that we've never been hearing stuff like this all our lives, man. So we're just trying to catch everybody up. And you have to stay away from these people. There's no other way. So that's it, man.
Again, we'd like to thank you guys for joining us here on the congregation. We'd like to thank you guys for showing us support. Brothers, make sure you hit the like when you hear this video. Please, if you want to, pass this video on to other brothers who are trying to do something, actually trying to put themselves. Me and MOT today, we will cover this video probably in the next 2 hours. We'll probably be going over this video, the topic of the veteran that was shot on Thanksgiving, on the Thanksgiving holiday, who came home and was gunned down. See, other men, they're ready to talk about dating and how to breed and different. But see, you don't hear men talking about when one of your own gets gunned down and dropped, even though he was 100% in the right, doing what he needs to do, not followed by the statistics. We thank you for joining us on Black Men's Congregation. Again, hit the like, hit the bell, so that way you can get the latest notification for when we go on every Sunday. Support us. Support the congregation. This is the Black Men's Congregation. You can also join us on Facebook. We have the Facebook. That is Black Men's Only, Black Men's Congregation. It is for Black men only. We do a vetting process. We check you out and we go through your Facebook page so we know who you are. We also look at what you've been posting. We don't like what we see, out the group. We don't even give you warning. We don't even tell you anything. We just block you out the group. But we have to be that way. We have to. We can't just let anybody into our village. Asians do it. The Arabs do it. The Jews do it. They don't take that type of foolishness. Once you start saying something that goes against what they built, bye. They come at nighttime, make you and your family pack up, put your stuff in a van and get you out. We need to start being like that. All right, brothers. Y'all take care. Peace.